Today we're going to be checking out the back of our property. We have not been back here ever since moving in here. There is a trail that's already pretty much cut out that reaches up to the railroad that marks pretty much our property line back there. So we're gonna head back there and see. I brought a backpack as well because I was told that there was more apple trees there too. So if there is any reachable ones that I can grab, we'll do that while we're back there as well. But we're gonna get all the way, I'll record the whole way back there till we get to the train track. Curious to see what it looks like back there since we haven't had a chance to do that lately. But this is the back field. We're still working on finishing getting it cut. You can see here where it is green, that is where we stopped. So we're almost done cutting the field. It's just a little bit left there, and we've been able to do all this back here, but it keeps raining off and on, so that's why we haven't been able to get it done in one shot. So as you already know, our property is 16.2 acres, and we believe a little bit less than 5 is cleared, including the area that the house is in. So the rest of our 16 acres is uncleared woods back here. And this is definitely where all the deers are. Our neighbor told us this morning there was, what did she say, 10 deers? 10 deers in our backyard in the morning, but we didn't get to see it in time. But they definitely hang around back here. When we bring the dogs around this area, they go crazy and they can smell the scent of the deer. So that'll be cool when we get to see them ourselves, or maybe one day we'll get to see a moose as well. So the trail starts over here. So once we get there, I'll start recording again. All right, so we are back here. Our house is right here. So this is kind of where the entrance of the trail already is. We're just gonna follow it all the way to the back. I believe it reaches to the railroad. And once we get to the railroad, and it is a working railroad, by the way, we can hear it. Not very often, but sometimes at night in the weekdays, we could hear it up to 2 times. And then like in the daytime, every now and then we hear it, but you can hear it off in the distance. So that's pretty cool. It's not super loud, so we're still pretty far away from it. But I was wondering if that was a working railroad, and it is. So this trail is pretty cool. That's already cut out and cleared for us. We just have to maintain it. Super dark back here. This is where we will be hunting once we start doing that. We have to get our hunting license and try that out here because people here in the neighborhood definitely hunt in these woods, and they're able to kill some deer and stock up their freezers for the winter. So we're looking forward to that and getting some meat in our freezer.
This looks so cool.
Mm-hmm.
She's like,
huh? I can't hear you.
footprints.
Is there some deer tracks?
Footprints. You can see it's like being digged under here.
Okay.
So like something was digging for the dog.
So this left side, yeah, this is still part of our property, right? We also got a new firearm, so we have to try it out while we're back here, make sure everything is working good. Always want to be safe when you're in the woods because we don't know what we're gonna come across.
I saw the gunshot.
I hit it here.
Oh. So it does go through the wood. Well, this wood is really soft. So we got some on the bark. The gun seems to be working good, so that is good to know.
Is it a lot of recoil?
Now, Maine is an open carry state. So that means that you can carry without any special type of permits, conceal and carry. So we got one of those just for safety, especially when we are back here and just when we're out and about. You never know what's gonna happen. So I don't see any apple trees yet. I see lots of pine trees. I'm not sure if we have maple trees out here. I don't really know how to identify maple trees, so I'm going to have to study up on that. But definitely lots of pine. There's some wet areas here. I know that at the very end of our property, towards the left side, we have about a 1/4 acre of wetlands. It's called scrub shrub wetlands or something like that. But I do see, we've been getting a lot of rain though. I see a lot of water collecting up here. I see some deer poop on the ground, but the trail doesn't seem to be underwater, so that's good. It looks like it was built up with rocks, so still following the trail all the way. Once we hit the railroad, then we know that that is the end of our property, the back end of the 16 acres. More deer poop. Oh yeah, that's some big deer poop. Those are some big deers.
Mama, more. And when I came back from school, I saw 2 deer.
Oh, you did? On the road?
Yesterday.
Yeah, the neighbor called us this morning, but I had missed her call, and she said there was 10 deer in our yard. Okay, looks like we made it to the railroad. Yeah, there's supposed to be a river somewhere around here. So this is the wetlands that we saw on our map. You see there has some water grasses in the background. So that 1/4 acre worth is all wetlands. But the rest of our property is pretty high and dry. Since we've been getting a lot of rain, we've noticed some little wet areas in the grass because our property is a little bit hilly. Not really hills, but like it has some little areas of the grass where it goes up and down, and in the down areas it tends to get a little mushy, so we're keeping notes of that. That's areas that we don't want to really plant crops in, so we're just keeping notes of that on these rainy seasons. So I see an apple tree over there. I didn't see many over here though. So before this railroad would stop our property, and then I'm guessing that's somebody else's property.
A lot of property stop right here, though.
Yeah.
Those are some big apples. They came from that tree. I think that line is in use.
Maybe this is an old electric line.
Yeah, so you can still see the little glass things on there. It's not even, yeah, this ain't even in use no more because our line's in the front.
Now before the train passes by, you can hear it rumbling like a couple minutes, and then you start hearing the horn on it. Yeah. And then the train must be super long. We haven't physically seen it, but it lasts a while before it finally crosses. Looks like some more wet areas here. This is all water here. Looks super deep. Not sure if it's always like this or if it's just because it's been raining so much. You don't see any little fish in there?
You can go frog hunting.
How about eating little frogs?
And there is only, I think, one trail that's made on the property, so to get back we'd have to walk back to that trail.